Welcome one and all to the Darcblade Safari, where we take a look at the creatures that roam the lands on Monster Hunter World. In today's episode we're going to be checking out the cool cat of the ancient forest, the fanged wyvern known as Tobi Kadachi, who is also sometimes referred to as the static squirrel or Captain Sparkles. Tobi Kadachi's home lies deep in the ancient forest. Here, the static squirrel will often venture out from its secret hideout in the tall trees to patrol its territory and search for evildoers. Thanks to a membrane cloak found between its limbs, it is able to almost fly from tree to tree with style as it explores the forest. Most of the time, Tobi Kadachi is actually a fairly calm creature, rarely attacking smaller creatures or even hunters unless provoked, although it will tend to get angry when faced with larger monsters. If attacked, it will make use of its nimble Kadachi Fu and static thunder superpowers to defend itself. Tobi Kadachi resembles an amalgamation of a caldibrid snake crossed with elements of a cat and topped off with squirrel-like features. Its scales and fur are a stylish light blue and grey colour scheme, making it stand out amongst the other colours found in the ancient forest. As I already mentioned, Tobi Kadachi has a membrane between its limbs, akin to a flying squirrel. This allows Tobi Kadachi to glide long distances, giving it an advantage in combat and a cool way of travelling. Tobi Kadachi normally keeps its cool around most of the monsters, but tends to get most agitated when faced with Puke Puke, who is constantly shouting at him, and Anjanath, to which Tobi Kadachi will actively turn on Vigilante mode and try to get revenge for its fellow fanged wyvern, the Great Jagras, who Anjanath often bullies. When it comes to fighting evildoers, Tobi Kadachi is a quick and nimble creature. It is fast and has quick reflexes. This alone can make it hard for hunters to pin down, as it uses fast biting attacks combined with tail swipes and claw attacks. Tobi Kadachi can also use the environment to gain an advantage by leaping onto the trees before jumping and gliding to its foe's location before slamming into the ground with its tail. Tobi Kadachi also has a roar attack, which is quite surprising due to its smaller stature, so if you hate getting earache, make sure to bring some earplugs. As the fight goes on, Tobi Kadachi will start brushing its fur up against trees and other objects in the environment. This will build up static electricity to the point it allows Tobi Kadachi to unleash more powerful thunder-based attacks. Hunters will be able to tell when Tobi Kadachi has gone into Super Saiyan mode by its fur spiking up. Hunters have to be extra vigilant to Tobi Kadachi's attacks that utilize its tail when it's powered up, especially when it attacks from the air. Not only will they hit very hard, but they can potentially Thunderblight a hunter. Thunderblight makes a hunter more susceptible to being stunned, and with Tobi Kadachi being a monster with quick attacks, this can be problematic and potentially leave hunters stun-locked. With that in mind, make sure to bring some Nullberries to help counter this blight. Tobi Kadachi's weakest pressure points include its head and tail, so hunters need to get used to bopping it on the nose or pulling its fluffy tail. The tail has a 3-star weakness to all weapon types, while the head has a 2-star rating to all weapon types. That being said, the head, tail, claws and back are all breakable, which helps hunters get specific plunder. When it comes to elemental attacks, the static squirrel's kryptonite is water with a 3-star rating. This is probably not because it doesn't like baths, but because it causes its thunder powers to go haywire. This is then followed up by fire and ice with a 2-star rating, followed by dragon, which is a 1-star rating, and finally thunder, which is rated X. As for elements, Tobi Kadachi has a 3-star rating to poison, and everything else is rated 2 stars, making it a highly susceptible creature to illness. The rarest loot from Tobi Kadachi seems to be the Tobi Kadachi Claws and Wyvern Gem. Like always, going for their legs can help hunters gain the claws, but the gem, as with all gems, is down to the gods. Tobi Kadachi is another monster who loves to use the environment to hunt. If hunters lose track of it during a fight, it is usually because Tobi Kadachi has made like the predator and gone up into the trees to launch an ambush. Using the camera to temporarily lock onto Tobi Kadachi can help counter this, but failing that, using traps or other elements to stop Tobi Kadachi from moving or powering up at all will help defeat the hero of the ancient forest. Also, for ranged users out there, you can shoot Tobi Kadachi out of the trees. If you should deal enough damage and go for its weak points, you should be able to knock him out the trees, causing him to crash down to the floor stunned. For hunters who are searching for gold crowns, they can find the small one for Tobi Kadachi at around the 1057 mark, and a large gold crown at the 1586 mark. A lot of monsters we've covered on this series fall fairly high on the derpiness meter, but Tobi Kadachi is maybe the first to fall on the more elegant or cool creature meter. Its sleek look and moves make it a starting monster that stands out. Just remember to keep tabs on the fast moving monster and try to prevent him from charging up. Anyway, I hope you found this video informative or entertaining, and until next time, I've been your guide Darcblade, bringing you a safari guide to Tobi Kadachi in Monster Hunter World. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.